2025 NHL free agency is fast approaching, starting on July 1st, 2025. Free agency provides an opportunity for teams to bolster their rosters with players who may not be in the spotlight, but still offer substantial value. Instead of covering top free agents like Mitch Marner, John Tavares, and Sam Bennett, this video focuses on identifying 5 underrated unrestricted free agents, UFAs, who could be steals for teams. With the salary cap set to increase to $95.5 million next season, teams have a bit more room to maneuver, but identifying value remains crucial. These are the types of players who could provide great value for a low contract. So, without further ado, let's jump in. Brent Burns. At 40 years old, Brent Burns remains a productive defenseman in the NHL. This year, he put up 29 points with 6 goals in 82 games for the Carolina Hurricanes in the regular season. He also performed well in the playoffs with 5 points and a goal in the Hurricanes' 15-game run. At times, he played on the top pairing with Jacob Slavin for the Hurricanes. There's a chance Brent Burns returns to the Hurricanes, as he said about Raleigh. "We love living here. The people are very special." The Toronto Maple Leafs could be a potential team for Brent Burns if they want to add a defenseman with leadership abilities to their bottom 4. For Burns, playing for the Maple Leafs could give him a chance to play in Ontario while continuing to go for the Stanley Cup. The Detroit Red Wings could be another contender for Brent Burns. Burns could help mentor some of the team's young defensemen and could bolster their defensive core. The Florida Panthers might look at signing a defenseman like Burns, especially if they lose Aaron Ekblad and Nate Schmidt. Burns might find Florida attractive as a potential place to go further in the playoffs. The Ottawa Senators also have a hole on their right side that needs to be filled. They might look at Burns as well. Burns is expected to make $5.3 million for 1 year, which is a significant cut from his previous cap hit of $8 million. One Carolina Hurricanes fan writes about Burns, "He can still play, which is crazy for a 40-year-old, but he for sure needs a reduced role. He'd probably be the best third-pairing RD in the league for a couple more years if someone wanted to gamble on him." Anton Forsberg. The 2025 NHL goaltender free agent class is pretty thin with not much top-end talent this year. One goaltender that could be a good pick for a team is 32-year-old Anton Forsberg. Forsberg is currently coming off of a $2.75 million cap hit with the Ottawa Senators. This year, he played 30 games, posting an 11-12-3 record, 2.72 goals against average, and .901 save percentage with 3 shutouts. He could be a great addition for any team looking to improve their backup goaltending. One potential team that could be interested in Forsberg is the San Jose Sharks. The San Jose Sharks need help in their goaltending department, and Forsberg could be a step in the right direction for them. Bringing in a goaltender like Forsberg could give Yaroslav Askarov time to grow as a player. Another team that could be interested in Forsberg is the Columbus Blue Jackets. The Blue Jackets' current goaltenders, Elvis Merzlikins and Daniil Tarasov, struggled this year, making Forsberg a potential upgrade. Finally, the Carolina Hurricanes could bring in Forsberg as they have had injury issues with Frederik Andersen and Pyotr Kochetkov. Forsberg at a low amount could complement the 2 goaltenders. Forsberg is expected to make around $1.7 million over 2 years with his next team. One fan writes, "I find him too inconsistent. Either he's lights out or terrible and he's not getting any younger. I'd let him walk." Another fan writes, "It feels like the second half of this season. Forsberg has had some pretty good performances as our backup. It would be a shame to have him leave for nothing. I would consider signing him for 1 year with the plan of trading him before the trade deadline to one of the many teams that will need a goalie. This also has the added advantage of insulating in case of an Ullmark injury, which he had a few of, and have Levi gradually take the ropes as the backup." A final fan writes, "He should test free agency, get the most money for himself and his family. I would, however, try to sign him to a 2 or 3 year extension. Good person, good work ethic, and obviously capable of stealing a game. And most importantly, you need depth at goalie." Even with Sugard on a one-way next season, Right now, I'd take Forsberg over Sugard. Nate Schmidt, 33-year-old Nate Schmidt, is a UFA after his one-year $800,000 deal with the Florida Panthers expires at the end of the season. He played 80 games this year, scoring 5 goals and 14 assists for 19 points with a +4 rating, averaging 1632 minutes per game. In the playoffs, he has performed well, putting up 11 points and 3 goals in 19 games. His total career spans over 700 NHL games, showcasing his durability and consistency. Schmidt was an undrafted free agent from the University of Minnesota who signed with the Washington Capitals in 2013. He moved around from Vegas to Winnipeg and finally to Florida. Schmidt could re-sign with Florida. He would bolster their blue line, especially if Aaron Ekblad leaves the team. Other potential teams for Schmidt include the Chicago Blackhawks and Minnesota Wild. The Blackhawks could use a veteran defenseman to play alongside their younger defensemen like Alex Vlasic and Sam Rinzel. Schmidt could be an upgrade over John Merrill or Declan Chisholm. Additionally, signing with the team would be a homecoming for him. Schmidt is expected to make $1 to $3 million a year for 2 years. One fan writes, "Love his media interviews too. It just seems like he is a funny, lighthearted guy at the end of it all. I'm happy to have him here as a Panther, Connor Brown." 31-year-old. Connor Brown is an unrestricted free agent after a 1-year, $1 million contract with the Edmonton Oilers will expire at the end of the year. This year, he scored 30 points with 13 goals in 82 games for the Edmonton Oilers. In the playoffs, he has performed well with 8 points and 5 goals in 16 games as of the time of this video. Brown is known for his two-way play and penalty killing, making him a great fit for any team looking to bolster their bottom 6. The Oilers could re-sign Brown to a new contract if they want to keep him. Brett Slauson writes, "Re-signing Brown should be a no-brainer for Edmonton, as he brings a handful of abilities to the table that the team has long lacked. A regular penalty killer, he logs consistent minutes when the Oilers are shorthanded and can push the pace and generate scoring chances, all while a man down. What's more is that he can generate offense at even strength in a limited amount of ice time, providing Edmonton with the depth scoring to supplement their high-end players that the team has long lacked. If Brown does not sign with the Oilers, it is likely he signs with another team that are contenders for the Cup. Brown is expected to sign for 3 years at around $3 million, making him a good value depth piece. One fan writes about Brown, "IDK if it's just been me and everyone I saw before I joined the Reddit, but I feel like he's always been quite loved since last year's playoffs. He is just such a lovable player in person, and he's such great playoff performer. He's easily a fan favorite." Andrei Kuzmenko. 29-year-old Andrei Kuzmenko is a UFA after his $5.5 million contract with the Vancouver Canucks will expire at the end of the season. This year, he played a total of 66 games, scoring 11 goals and 26 assists for 37 points. On the Los Angeles Kings, Kuzmenko scored 17 points with 5 goals in 22 games in the regular season. In the playoffs, he scored 6 points in 6 games with 3 goals for the Kings. Kuzmenko's offensive potential and youth make him a value signing, especially in a market where scoring depth is prized. On the downside, there are rumors Kuzmenko can be tough to coach and cares more about the offensive side of his game rather than a balanced game. Some articles link Kuzmenko back to his former teams, the Vancouver Canucks and Philadelphia Flyers. Kuzmenko could play with player Elias Pettersson. However, Kuzmenko signing with the Canucks is unlikely, as his tenure with the team did not work out too well following his first season. On the Flyers, Kuzmenko scored 5 points in 7 games with 2 goals. However, there are rumors Kuzmenko did not get along with Flyers' new coach Rick Tocchet, so it is unlikely he joins the team. Kuzmenko is expected to make around $4.75 million a year for 3 years. One fan writes, "He's probably better off staying in LA regardless. He fits their system quite well." Another fan writes, "He's too inconsistent and doesn't play defense. I'd love him on a Garland contract, but someone will probably pay him 6.5 to 7 million. As these talented players prepare to hit the open market, teams are gearing up to make strategic moves that could shape their rosters for years to come. So, which free agents do you think are underrated? Stay tuned for my next video on this topic entitled 5 More Underrated NHL Free Agents of 2025. Like this video and subscribe to my channel if you want more content. Thank you very much.